you. All right, Bryn, I teased before the break that you have an addition to a stock that you already held, and that is Coinbase. Why'd you add more?
I've talked about the stock before. I own the stock. I'm a big fan of Brian Armstrong. I'm a big believer in the technology around cryptocurrencies. And obviously yesterday with the big, kerfuffle with the SEC and Coinbase wanting to offer a yield product, the stock had sold off. It almost hit 280 last week. It came down to about 257. And I think what people need to understand is, last quarter, Coinbase did about $2 billion in revenues and I think $1.6 billion in net income. They also have $4.4 billion in cash. And so if you look at their runway, this company is growing so fast. And so I think over the next year or so, you could see their net income for a year come in, close to $8 billion. The stock is at about a $55 billion market cap. They also just they got regulatory approval to go and offer Coinbase in Japan and Germany, which are really big crypto markets. And so I think very similar to when PayPal last year announced they were going to now offer cryptocurrency, just like Square, very accretive to their bottom line. I think it's early days for Coinbase. And so I just took the volatility yesterday to add to the position.
All right, good stuff. We appreciate you updating us on that. Now let's talk about, I think you could call it the stock of the day. It's Lululemon. It's soaring on its earnings beat. The company also raised its outlook. Dr. J, you own the stock. We talked about it going into the number yesterday. It's up, let's call it 12.5% right now. I'm paraphrasing Kramer, who said, basically, they're doing things now that you thought they'd be doing in 2023.
That's what the CEO said, too, Scott. The CEO said, we will surpass the revenue that we were projecting in 2023 this year. So that's exactly right. Jim, as usual, is pretty spot on. And the fact that they had 58% gross margin, Scott, I mean, how do you not love a business that has that? As well as direct to consumer, double what the street expected. It was up 8% year over year. There was not a single miss in this by Lululemon, and it has caused other areas of the market, for instance, Nike, to also get some pretty significant lift. I bought some Nike 165 calls today because people were jumping back in there saying, wow, maybe this thing trades up through tomorrow. If it does, I might roll out and own it for another month or more, Scott. But yeah, this was a blowout quarter for Lululemon. And I know there's a happy Courtney Gibson down in Atlanta probably watching the show right now.
Yes, there is. I know that to be true.